If you earn a high income, somebody has probably told you you can't have a Roth. They're half right. The front door is locked for you, but there are 4 doors into a Roth, and most people only know about that one locked one. So they walk away. Here's the part nobody leads with. On 3 of those 4 doors, there is no income limit. None. It doesn't matter. If you make $100,000 or $5 million, the door's open.
So we should say up front that we've been doing this for decades. Our dad did it for decades before us. We've sat across the table from literally hundreds of families in exactly this spot, watching the same locked door thing send them home empty-handed. So let's open the doors. There are more of them than you think. Educational content only, not personalized investment advice. All investing involves risk. Consult a qualified advisor. Apella Wealth. Full disclosures below.
Now, let's start with door number 1, the backdoor Roth IRA. Despite the name, there's nothing shady about it. Every time Washington has rewritten the tax code in the last decade, this is one of the things they've specifically agreed to keep. Here's the move, simply. You put money into a traditional IRA, but you take no deduction on it. It's a non-deductible IRA contribution. Then, the very next day, you convert it to a Roth. Because the money went in after tax, there's almost no tax on the way over. It's like walking money straight into a Roth, but just one day late.
Now, straight talk, because this is where people get hurt. If you already have money sitting in a traditional IRA, the math gets complicated and it can cost you. That's a real catch. But here's what most people don't realize. Money in your 401k doesn't count against you here. So if your retirement savings is sitting in a 401k and you don't have a traditional IRA balance, door 1 is clean, simple, and wide open. The details matter enough that you want a set of eyes on your numbers before you do it. That's it for door number 1.
And if you're sitting there realizing there are doors in the tax code no one ever talked to you about, subscribe. This channel is the conversations that usually happen behind a closed door, but out in the open. That's the whole channel.
Door number 2, the Roth 401k. Not every employer offers it at this point, but more added every year. And if yours has it, switching is almost embarrassingly simple. You log into your plan, and the money you're already contributing, instead of into the traditional bucket, you point it at the Roth bucket. Same contribution, same paycheck math, roughly, just different tax treatment on the back end.
And think about who regrets not doing this. All those people with millions in a traditional 401k, most of them never had the Roth option, ourselves included. Ask any one of them today, knowing what they know now, and they take it. I certainly would. In fact, I had to undo years of pain of doing that by converting all my IRAs to Roth. If you believe tax rates could be higher down the road, and we're two people that do, pointing even some of your contributions at the Roth bucket starts to look really, really smart. Door 2, open to most people, and only a click away.
So door number 3, Paul calls this the unicorn. It's the mega backdoor Roth 401k. Here's why it's rare. Because only some plans allow it. But when yours does, and you're not using it, there is real money sitting on the table. Here's how it works. Once you've maxed out your regular 401k and your employers put in their match, some plans let you make extra after-tax contributions on top of all that, and then roll the money, the extra money, straight into your Roth.
Let's put a number on why this matters. The total that can go into a retirement plan in 1 year, your contributions, the company match, and those after-tax additions is over $70,000 right now. So the gap between what you've put in and the full limit, that gap is room you can move into a Roth where it's going to grow tax-free for the rest of your life. Do that for 10, 15 years and look at the Roth balance when you're 65. It's probably going to be really substantial, and every dollar of it comes out tax-free. The only reason you've never heard of door 3 is that it tends to live inside bigger, more robust plans. If your company plan has it, that's not a footnote. That's an opportunity that most people won't ever even see or hear about.
So quick gut check before door number 4, because we're not going to pretend this is magic. If most of your money is already in a Roth, these doors do very little for you, and chasing them is a waste of your time. We'll be straight about that. But if the bulk of it is sitting in traditional pre-tax accounts, the gap is real, and it quietly costs you every year you leave it alone. And one thought before you open the last door, this isn't just about you. If you got a son or a daughter just starting to earn real money, putting everything into their traditional bucket because no one told them otherwise, this is the conversation that could be worth a small fortune to them over a lifetime. Send it their way. The best time for them to walk through these doors is now, while it's simplest and while they've got decades for it to grow.
Move on to door number 4, the one most people think of first, the straight Roth conversion. You take your money from your traditional IRA, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and you move it to a Roth. You pay the income tax on that amount this year. After that, well, then it grows tax-free forever, and it comes out tax-free forever, provided the account's been open for 5 years and you're over 59 and a half. And remember what we said at the very top, there is no income limit on this. The conversion door is open to everyone regardless of income.
So here's the thing about door 4 and why it's less a door and more a puzzle. The amount you convert lands on top of your other income for the year. So the real skill isn't whether to do it, it's how much to convert and over how many years to move most of the money into the Roth at the lowest possible tax cost. Some families set a 3-year time frame, others set 5. The art is in the execution, and that's exactly the kind of thing a personal CFO maps out with you, so you're not guessing in the dark.
So let's bring it together. If someone told you you can't use a Roth because you earn too much, that was probably the wrong answer. The front door's locked. But door 1, the back door, it's open. Door 2, the Roth 401k, many employers now offer it. Door 3, the mega backdoor Roth 401k, what we call the unicorn, the one no one talks about. And door 4, strategic conversions, moving money over on purpose and on time with a scheduled plan.
And here's what we've learned over decades of this. Most people don't have a Roth problem. They have a knowledge problem. Nobody ever walked them to the other 3 doors. But once you see them, you can't unsee them. The question stops being, can I use a Roth? It becomes, how fast can I get money in?
So you've got 4 doors now and a real shot at building a Roth most people never knew was possible for them. But here's a question that should actually keep you up tonight. You just spent the last few minutes learning how to get money into that Roth. What decides where it goes when you're gone? Most people would say, my will, and they'd be wrong. There's one form, and if it's even slightly out of date, it overrides your will completely. It can send the entire account you just built straight to the wrong person. Could be an ex, the wrong child, someone you never intended, and almost nobody checks it. We made the next video to show you exactly which form it is, the mistakes we see families make on it constantly, and how to make sure yours actually does what you think it does. Watch it now, because investing is the easy part. Making sure everything you've built ends up where you intended, that's the hard part.